Have you ever thought about why your ex wants you back? Have you ever thought about it? From time to time, you'll be receiving text messages, random phone calls, with your ex asking you about what you're doing. How's your day been? How can we see each other again? Questions like them trying to get back in your life. Questions like, would we ever have a chance to get back together? But the one thing that a lot of people forget to ask themselves is like, what's the motive? Why exactly is she trying to get back in your life? Why exactly is he trying to get back in your life? What is going on? It's like, despite everything they put you through, why are they trying to get back in your life? And I know it's going to be a little bit difficult, even tricky, when your ex starts to remind you about the good things that used to happen in your relationship when you used to be together. They're going to try to trick you into thinking that they've changed. But what's the motive? What's the real reason? Is it because of sex? Is it because of love? In today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 reasons why your ex wants you back. And I'm definitely going to ask you guys to watch this video until the end. Why you need to watch it until the end? Because it's going to save you a lot of time, energy, feelings, and broken heart. There's also one thing that I need you to keep thinking about as you're watching this video. Leave the past in the past. And of course, there's always going to be exceptions, but sometimes it's always best to leave the past in the past. On this channel, we give relationship advice. If this is something that you're into, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Share the video with your friends. Maybe you're probably going to help somebody with that video. 4 reasons why your ex wants you back. Coming up next. The first reason why your ex wants you back is because they realize that you are the only person who's capable and willing to love them the way you do. Yes, that's the first reason. The first reason is because they realize that you're the only one. You are the only one capable. Capable means strength. Capable means capacity. Capable means you have to put up with a lot of things while you were with them. So by the time they went out there, they decided to date somebody else and realize it's not the same thing. They just found out that the things that they used to put you through, only you would be willing to go through those things. Only you would be able to love them the way that you do. So therefore, it's not like they even love you. They just want to get back into that situation. They just want to be able to find that kind of love, knowing that you'll continue to do things for them despite how they treat you. Despite them saying that they are between jobs, despite them treating you the way they're not supposed to treat you, despite them cheating on you, despite them not having any financial reasons whatsoever, despite them doing things they know they're not supposed to do to you, but since they know you are the only one capable of loving them the way that you do, guess what? They're gonna get back to you. They're gonna try to get back to you. They're going to do everything in their power to get back to you because at the end of the day, they realize that you are the only person capable of doing that. And sometimes people get it confused to think that, yeah, just because the person came back, that means that they really miss you or that they really want you. That's not impossible, but it's not one of those cases. When the person realized that they could do things to you and you still let them get away with it, they're going to do everything in their power to get back to you. That has nothing to do with them loving you. That has nothing to do with them changing. That has nothing to do with them being a new person, a better person. That has nothing to do with it. It's because they went out there, they realized nobody is willing to put up with everything that they've been putting you through. So now they decided to go back. They decided to see if there's a way to go back into your life, to keep messing it up. So it's your job right now to stop them because that's the only purpose. That's the only reason they're back. That's the motive. And by watching this video, I need you to pay close attention to every single move that person is making because oftentimes, unfortunately, that's one of the first reasons why they're trying to get back with you. The second reason is that your ex do not want you to be happy, ever. They do not want you to be happy. That usually happens in a relationship that has a connection, a mutual connection, like a child, mother, father, and they have a child in the middle of the mix. So now they have an actual view of what you do every day. They know what you do every day. They know all your activities. They know when you go to work. They know when you come from work. They know basically a lot of things about you. So from that point, the minute you start to date somebody, they automatically start to feel jealous about it. They don't feel jealous over the fact that they really want you in their lives. They just feel jealous over the fact that somebody could make you happy. The minute they realize that you started being happy yourself, you started changing, they don't really know what you're doing anymore. It's almost like they don't want to be with you. They know they can't be in your life anymore, but they don't want you to be with anybody who could actually bring you happiness. Out of nowhere, you're going to start getting texts from them reminding you of things that you used to do when you used to be with them. Out of nowhere, you're going to start seeing them showing up in front of your doorsteps, talking about stuff that you used to do, old memories, things that happened in the past, things that you probably don't even remember. But the reason behind it is because they realize that you are ready to move on. And for them, it's difficult because they don't want you to be happy. And as much as a lot of people don't want to think about it, that's a real thing. That's a reality. Sometimes people just don't want you to be happy. Despite the fact that they know that you guys will never be back together, they will do everything in their power. Whenever they see that you start to be happy, whenever they see that there's a glimpse of happiness in your life, The goal is to destroy it. The goal is to come before you acting like they really love you, acting like they've changed, acting like they're trying to do better, acting like they are here to bring you gifts, the gifts of life, the gifts of love, the gifts of happiness. They will do everything in their power to destroy that, because in their mind, they do not ever want you to be happy. And regardless of how it is, if you let them in, that's when you're going to realize 3-4 years down the road that they were just acting out of jealousy. It wasn't nothing sincere. It wasn't nothing that they really wanted. It's just the fact that they realized that you started dating John, or you started dating another woman, and they realized that, oh, he's trying to move on after everything we've already been through. I don't think so. So it's time for me to act like I really want to get back with him. It's time for me to act like I really want to get back with her, to destroy the thought of him ever finding somebody else to be with. So that's definitely something to think about. The third reason is something very typical. Something that karma has something to do with it. Something that life has something to do with it. Something that your ex gonna try to see if they can get in your life, to see if you're still stupid. That's basically what it is. They're gonna try to get in your life to see, oh, let me see if she's still the same person. I know that I've already put her through a lot of stuff. It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with me really trying to be with her. But let me see if she will let me in. And that's the test. It's like life is literally testing you. Would you let that person who made you cry every night, would you let that person in? That person who basically did everything wrong to you in that relationship. That person that you're praying God to leave your life. Would you let that person back in? It's like life is testing you while the person is right in front of your door. Would you let that person back in? And as awful it might sound, a lot of people fall for that. They think that, oh yeah, he's here for the right reasons now. I know that we did things together and it didn't work out. I decided to give it another try. And by the time you decided to give it another try, you realize that you made the exact same mistake that you weren't supposed to make from the get-go. That's the problem. You're sitting here giving the person multiple chances, not realizing that the person is taking full advantage of you giving him or her those chances. They do not deserve anything from you. They don't need to be anywhere around you. But for some reason, from time to time, they will come to you with memory lane. They will try to charm you with things that they know would probably get your soft spot. They're doing it on purpose. But this is just life testing you. This is just life showing you that, yo, are you that weak? Are you going to let that guy in? Do you remember all the things that he put you through? Why exactly are you even entertaining that type of mindset? Why are you even entertaining his energy? This person wasn't good for you, is not good for you, and it will never be good for you. That's the mindset. Despite the fact that they're going to come in multiple ways trying to trick you into thinking that they've changed, you have to realize one thing. Keep the past in the past. Keep the past in the past. There are some people you only have to try them once. The minute you are done with them, do not go back. You don't need to be going back to anybody who's not treating you right. You don't need to be going back to anybody who's not doing anything but bringing positive energy to your life. You don't need to be entertaining or trying to be with anybody who doesn't respect you as a whole. You don't need to be with anybody who doesn't understand how important it is for you to build a future. You don't need to be with anybody who's trying to get back in your life to bring you more damage. You don't need that. You don't need anything like that. So by the time they walk before your doorstep, all you have to say is go away. You don't need that kind of energy anywhere around you. Because the more you entertain that type of mindset, the more you'll be willing one day to let them back in. And you cannot do that. The fourth reason is the only exception I have within this entire pattern. The exception is when somebody knew and realized that they've taken you for granted and decided to do better. You don't find that often. If you're going to be quite honest, it's difficult to find that. Because not everybody going to understand how important it is to try to do better before they even try to get back in your life. Sometimes it's difficult to even believe the person with everybody trying to play games. You know what I mean? It's difficult to even understand, okay, why exactly are you trying to get back with me? What is it exactly? And sometimes the person is going to realize that, yo, I know that I did you wrong when we were together, but now I'm a changed man. I'm a changed woman. I understand exactly what type of thing that you bring to the table. I understand that I took you for granted. I understand that I needed to grow. I understand that I needed to change. I understand that you are everything that I was looking for in life. I understand that you are the only person I want to spend the rest of my life with. That does not happen as often as it should, but it does happen. From time to time, you'll probably find people who get back with their exes, and the person decided to be the best version of themselves for the second chance. But that does not happen as much as it should. That does not happen the way it's supposed to happen because too many people are trying to trick people into thinking that they've changed, but in reality, they don't. Sometimes you're probably going to find an ex who understand that he treated you wrong. He didn't understand how valuable you were. Sometimes you have to let the person go for them to realize how much they really meant for you. Sometimes you have to let the person go to make them realize how important it was to have you in their lives. Sometimes you have to let the person go so they could really think and strategize things before they get back in your life. Sometimes when a guy comes back, it's not always to trick you. Sometimes they might probably have a real motive. Sometimes I've even seen it that people who've given somebody a second chance even got married, got kids, fixed everything that needed to be fixed. But it doesn't happen all the time. So you have to really understand. The person's true motive. You have to really understand exactly why the person decided to get back in your life. And I know relationships are really tricky. Why is it really tricky? Is because you will never stop getting to know the person. There are things that's probably going to take you a lifetime for you to find them out about your boyfriend, about your girlfriend, about your husband. There are things that are going to take time for you to really get to know the person to the fullest. But with the matter of second chance, you have to put yourself first. Why you need to put yourself first is because you've already given the person everything about you. The next time they come back in your life, you have to prioritize everything before you dive back in. You have to keep checking. You have to make sure that this time is the real time. This time is the good time. This time is the last time. This time is the best time. Don't just dive back in. You have to check every corners. You have to make sure that person is not back in to play game. You have to make sure this person is not back in to take advantage of you. Because whenever people come to trying to take advantage of you, you're going to be the one left with damages. You're going to be the one left with a bunch of baggages. You're going to be the one left with crying, thinking that you give the person a second chance, thinking that the person have changed, come to find out they didn't change. So it's your job to do your homework. It's your job to understand exactly what needs to be done before you dive back in. Because at the same time, you're trying to play all the corners to understand if the person is just playing game. You also don't want to lose that second chance that could have bring you a good marriage, a good relationship, a good family. You also don't want to lose that chance. Keep reading through the flags. If you find too many reds than green, you know what to do. And if you find more greens than red, you also will know what to do. On that note, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If I've missed something in the process, feel free to let me know in the comments below. For those of you who've been with us from the get-go, guys, I really appreciate everything that you do to support the channel. If you are new around on this channel, we give relationship advice. If this is something that you're into, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because we've got a lot to talk about. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.